Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'll be taking a look at the Mobiuz EX2710U, a 4K gaming monitor from BenQ, which is a smaller version of the EX3210U, which I previously reviewed. I'll leave a link to that review in the video description, or you could just click the card in the corner. So this monitor has an awesome spec with a 27-inch IPS panel, 3-sided bezel-less design, supports HDMI 2.1 together with a lightning fast 1 millisecond response time, and supports a 120Hz refresh rate on consoles and 144Hz on a PC. It has AMD FreeSync Premium Pro and built-in 2.1 channel true sound speakers by Trevolo, together with an AI noise cancelling microphone built in. All details are in description below, including purchasing links. So I'll be taking a closer look at the monitor to see how well it performs when gaming and how good it is as a productivity monitor. Plus I'll be comparing it to the LG Ultra Gear 27GP950 to see how the two compare in terms of performance, picture quality and gaming. So let's begin by opening it up and briefly seeing what you get inside the packaging. But before I begin, let me know which monitor you're currently using. And if you're new to the channel, hope you can support me by subscribing and hitting the bell icon to get notified of my next release. In the box you get some documentation, a backplate, a remote control, a power adapter with a DC connector, a DisplayPort cable, a USB-A to USB-B cable, a HDMI 2.1 cable, a power cable with a cloverleaf connector with an EU plug, and a cable with a kettle connector with a UK plug. You get some monitor feet, a monitor arm, and underneath here is the monitor. The monitor arm and feet can easily be attached. Just clip the monitor arm into position and the feet then screw in from the bottom. Taking a closer look at the back, the color is brilliant white with the sides being black. You've got a VESA mount location that's 100 by 100 millimeters, allowing you to use different monitor arms or mount it on a wall. On the 4 corner locations, you have LED strips that provide RGB lighting at the back. Connection points are at the bottom, which includes a power input, a DisplayPort 1.4 connection, 2 HDMI 2.1 ports, a headphone jack, a USB-B upstream port, and 4 USB 3.0 downstream ports. You've got controls along the bottom consisting of a power button which has an LED on it that can be turned off via the OSD menu. You also get a toggle which brings up the OSD menu. Then you have an input button and a button which turns the microphone off and on. The front of the monitor is black with an almost bezel-less 3-sided design with a larger lower area that has the speakers and mic. You have the BenQ logo on one side and a HDRi logo on the other, with a button to switch between the different HDR profiles. The monitor stand is metallic with 2 orange stripes along the front of it with a good build quality. You can adjust the height of the monitor by up to 10 centimeters up and down. It can be tilted -5 degrees down and 15 degrees up. It can also be swiveled from left to right up to 15 degrees in each direction, but you can't rotate it from landscape to portrait. You've got a cable management point located at the back of the monitor to keep things looking tidy. The picture quality on the 27-inch IPS display is really good and sharp at 3840 by 2160 with a 16:9 aspect ratio. The contrast ratio is 1000 to 1 and it's a HDR 600 monitor, meaning it has a peak brightness of 600 nits. The color and contrast levels are very good, looking very vibrant, and the picture looks vivid with clear detail. The screen has an anti-glare coating, so if you're working in a well-lit area or working next to a window, there's minimum glare, and eye care wise there's flicker-free technology, low blue light, brightness intelligence plus, color weakness, and e-paper, all aimed at reducing eye strain on your eyes. Viewing angles are good, covering 178 degrees from left to right and up and down, but viewing off center, the picture quality can be slightly washed out, which is not a surprise and is normal as it has an IPS panel. But this shouldn't be a problem when you're gaming, as you'd be directly in front of the monitor. Backlight bleed is minimal on this, as you can see here. It has AMD FreeSync Premium Pro support, and via the DisplayPort 1.4 you can get 144Hz on a PC, depending on the GPU you have. You get 120Hz from the HDMI 2.1 ports when connecting to your PS5 and your Xbox Series X. Plus it supports a full bandwidth of 48 gigabits per second, meaning there's no restrictions on there to limit performance. Now if you're wondering what this means, well, if you take a look at these 3 images, 444 is uncompressed pixels, 422 and 420 contains images that are subsampled to approximately the same colors as the 444 image. 422 and 420 requires less bandwidth over HDMI 2.1 to display those images, and 444 is what this monitor uses. Now on the Xbox Series X, there's no impact as it has a feature known as DSC or display stream compression, enabling it to display 4K at 120 Hz without any artifacting or loss of quality. But unfortunately, DSC is not available on the PlayStation 5. The monitor has a number of HDR modes, and here they are running side by side to give you an idea how each one differs. The game HDRi shows darker details and a good balance on brighter scenes. It enhances contrast, detail, and boost color performance. The flesh tone and the reds are emphasized on the figures, and the scenarios are rendered in cool colors. With the Cinema HDRi, you get more saturated greens, blue and cyan colors that represent smoother red and natural skin tones. With the Display HDR, it has less detail and overexposure concerns. There's also a light tuner option which lets you choose from 20 color settings from 0 to +10. The light tuner offers more gradation and increases detail in the darker scenes, and from 0 to -10, objects will be rendered visible with more detail in higher contrast in the brighter scenes. Now I've connected the monitor to my Xbox Series X, and looking in settings, you can see everything is checked other than Dolby Vision and Dolby Vision for gaming, meaning that games that support 120 Hz at 4K will be supported by this monitor with the added feature of variable refresh rate on the Xbox Series X, S and PlayStation 5, meaning it will give a great gaming experience. I've been using this monitor for about a week now on both my Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, and the gaming experience is awesome. Colors are vibrant and very sharp with the DCI P3 98% IPS panel, with the HDRi giving clear and realistic details when playing from its intelligent clarity adjustments, and with a color depth of 1.07 billion colors. Playing Forza Horizon 5 is stunning and gives a smooth and crystal clear gaming experience with no stuttering or screen tearing. Playing Apex Legends, Halo Infinite and even Fortnite with a lightning fast 1 millisecond response time was great. Gran Turismo Sport, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Demon's Souls and even Astro's Playroom were awesome on the PlayStation. The colors and contrast levels felt just right with performance. Using the monitor with a PC for your productivity needs is good, and you can easily work with two separate applications open concurrently on this 27-inch display, which is more than effective for a good productivity experience. To get the best refresh rate on a PC, it's best to connect via the DisplayPort, as you can get a 144 Hz refresh rate, and gaming using your PC is excellent. There's no screen tearing and performance is very smooth, so a big positive here. The monitor has 2.1 built-in speakers by Trevolo, which consists of two 2-watt speakers at the front and a 5-watt subwoofer at the back. You have 5 presets for the different audio modes, and to be honest, for such a small monitor, sound quality is exceptional compared to the majority of 27-inch monitors out there, which generally have very tinny sound with 0 to no bass. The sound does have some depth to it and does go quite loud, but obviously it doesn't replace having separate speakers or a headset plugged in. But nevertheless, the sound quality is very impressive. And to give you a rough idea, have a listen to this. There's a built-in microphone at the front of the monitor. It has AI noise cancelling technology, which helps to reduce surrounding noise coming through, a unique private mode, and filters out noise such as a keyboard and mouse clicks, and human voices unrelated to your conversation. And if you're wondering what the quality of the microphone was like, I'm about 50 to 60 centimeters away from the monitor, and this is the sound quality to expect. And if I'm typing, give you an idea of how this performs. So pretty good for an inbuilt microphone. As the monitor has multiple HDMI ports, together with some great speakers, you can also just plug in an Amazon Fire Stick if you didn't want to use your PC or console for streaming services. So perfect in a small bedroom as an all-round monitor. The OSD is good and you can navigate quite easily around the menu. The panel overdrive is called AMA, where you can change the response time. There's some useful presets and options like contrast enhancement and low blue light mode. And there's a quick menu option that allows you to change to the 3 options on the monitor from either Game, Cinema or Display HDR by pressing the HDRi button here. There's also scenario mapping, where you can plug in your games console and it self-adjusts to the current video input signal and loads your personalized game settings. You can access different game scenarios quickly by switching the input without wasting time or readjusting settings. There's also a remote control, which is really handy to have, and gives quick access to all the options on the monitor without messing around with the controls underneath. At the back you've got 4 RGB lights, one in each corner, and this can be controlled via the OSD menu, allowing you to turn them on, select different static colors, and even cycle between different effects. It looks pretty cool and gives some low levels of ambient lighting. As a comparison, I've reviewed the LG 27GP950, which is one of the direct competitors to this monitor. So to give you some details about both these monitors, I've created a table comparing the spec. Looking at the table, you can see there's very minimal number of differences between the two. Design wise, they both look pretty good. On the GP950, you have thinner bezels all the way around, as you can flip between landscape and portrait modes, but this isn't possible on the EX2710U, which is probably intentional due to the fact it has speakers along the bottom together with a built-in mic. And speakers wise, it's a little bit disappointing that the GP950 doesn't have any. As for this price point, I feel they should come as standard, as it's good to have the option to play sound from the monitor or to have some background noise when you're using your computer, for example. You could say BenQ's monitor is more of an all-rounder for gaming, productivity and entertainment, as you could just plug in a Fire Stick and use standalone without any headphones. With BenQ's monitor, you get a remote control, which makes things quite convenient, especially if you're using the monitor for entertainment purposes. On the back, they both have LED lighting to give you that ambient lighting which bounces off the wall, giving a more immersive gaming environment. However, the GP950 can sync with what's happening on the screen if you used it with a PC. It also has software allowing you to change settings without having to go to the OSD, something that BenQ's monitor doesn't offer. Connectivity wise, both are similar, with the same number of HDMI ports, a display port and upstream port. But BenQ's monitor has 4 USB downstream ports, allowing you to connect more peripherals, for example a keyboard, mouse and even a headset. The maximum refresh on both the monitors is 144Hz, but the GP950 can be overclocked to 160Hz. But on a console you'd get 120Hz over the HDMI port, and they both have a 1 millisecond response time. In all honesty, gaming on both is very similar in picture and contrast levels, but to note, there's more options available on BenQ's monitor for HDRi, providing more intelligent on-screen adjustments with clear and realistic detail, together with a light tuner where you can adjust so the dark scenes can show more detail and contrast levels are changed in brighter scenes for more clarity. So in summary, I'm really impressed with the latest gaming monitor from BenQ. Great performance when gaming at 4K 120Hz with a 1 millisecond response time and excellent picture quality. The 2.1 Trevolo built-in speakers are excellent for a monitor and puts many other monitors to shame, and it's great it comes with a remote control for easy access for all the options. The monitor gives an awesome immersive gaming experience with great clarity levels and detail in 4K. Price wise, coming in at £799, you get quite a lot for your money here, as it's not just limited to a gaming monitor, as it's perfect for productivity or even as an entertainment monitor. So there you have it, you come to the end of another video, and I hope it's helped anyone thinking of purchasing this. Details are in the description below, including purchasing links. And for those of you who've got to the end of this video, please leave a comment with the words BenQ27, as it's nice to see who's got to the end of my videos, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. You can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook and Twitter. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications to be notified of my next release. Thanks for viewing, and see you in the next one.